Hey, it's me, AP, aka Mr. Movie Cheer, and welcome back to another episode. And on this episode, I'll be sharing with you my movie room TV and gaming setup for 2025. Sharing with you, some of the tech I'm using, the stand I'm using, the TV, just going through some of the equipment and some of the stuff that's on my TV stand, part of my movie room and gaming setup. So let's get to it. Let's show you the setup. So let's start this off with a bit of a long shot here of the whole setup, the TV and video gaming TV stand setup. There we go. And let's move in now. Let's go for it. Let's have a little look at this setup I've actually got here. First of all, the TV. Let's start with this. So we've got an LG C4 TV, OLED. This is a great TV. First ever OLED TV for me. Fantastic, absolutely couldn't have wished for a better TV if I'm being honest. It's just a brilliant TV. So for me, I was looking at it was LG and Sony, and they were the two highly recommended ones, and it was just I think both of them are very good brands, but I just a few more people mentioned the LG TVs, the OLEDs, over Sony, so I thought, let's go for this one. Had a great offer at the time, and I'm really happy with this. It is a 42-inch TV. It is a very small room. The TV, from the distance from where the chair is, it is a very small distance. So I felt like a 42-inch in here. It feels massive. It feels like a 100-inch screen. It feels really big. Could have easily went for a 48, but I was more than happy with the size. And to be honest, a lot of it related to the stand I was getting, so we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, 42-inch TV, LG OLED C4, great TV. I love the remote as well. It's one of these remotes with the voice activation on it, so something a really nice feature I do like. It's got your Netflix button as well, which is cool. So let's go here. Like I said, this is a great channel as well. You ever watch this, WWE Vault? It's got all the classic WWE stuff on. Great if you're a big time wrestling fan. Let's go to the top of this anyway. So I'm going to sit down on the floor while I do this. First of all, we've got this stand here. This is an Ikea stand. It's called, I wrote down, Ikea SKRUVBY stand. Nice wooden stand. So you've got like this wooden paneling on the top, going down to this white paneling here. These shelves are optional, so you can put them in if you want to have no shelves here, or if you want to put the stand. You can see the pilot holes here. So there's like 5 here and a few more, 6 more down here. So you can put them on what size you want, which is great. Kind of just went middle of the road here. I was happy with that. Felt like it was the right distance and great length, great size to put stuff on both the bottom and the top shelves. So I was really happy with that. Here, now we go to this, talking about the TV stand. So with this 42-inch TV, I don't have it on the wall. Never been a fan of having wall brackets and TVs on the walls. Just don't like it. I always feel like I'm cranking my neck up as well, and I get a bit of neck issues sometimes. So I feel like I prefer on a stand the TV unit. So I'm really happy with that. But when I was looking at the IKEA stands, basically, there was a few different ones I was looking at options-wise. And the reason why I went for this one is because this would take the weight of the TV. There was another stand I was looking at, and I think it was like a fairly common IKEA stand. It might be like a Malmo or something like that. I'm forgetting it now, but basically it wouldn't take the weight of this TV. And I'm sure, realistically, it probably would have been all right, but I didn't want to risk it with any TV. So I went with this stand. I think it's ideal. It's great. It's got the holes in the back here for putting your wires through. It doesn't have any down here, which I will get to in a bit for potential improvements. But yeah, it's great. It's ideal. Great stand. It looks good. It feels sturdy. I like it. It goes flat to the bottom as well. It's got like these little small feet underneath, which is good. Well, yeah, that's on the stand. Let's have a look at the top of the setup anyway, what we've got on here. So I am passionate about movies. I'm passionate about pro wrestling. Another one of my passions is football. So I'm a Manchester United fan, and I've just got a few of these micro stars I collected growing up. A few of my favourite players. I've got more of these, but I didn't want to put too many on, but I wanted a representation of things I like in this room, things I enjoy. And I like football. I enjoy Manchester United. I'm a diehard fan. So I thought I'd put them. So maybe if you're a Liverpool fan or a City fan, you'll be unsubscribing now. Please, I do wish you don't do that. I'm not one of those hardcore who despises other fans. I just enjoy football and enjoy my team. It's just fun. So I've got them on there. So let's go to this one here, the first shelf here. We've got here, first of all, let's talk about the player. We've got the Sony UBP X700 4K player here. Why did I go for this one? Why didn't I go for an LG? Well, to be honest, it was just I'll say this here, I'm going to link in all the descriptions, all the bio. I'm going to put some Amazon affiliate links in and the links to all the stuff you can buy on the stand here in the links in the bio description on YouTube. So you want to check out the links. But I went for the Sony one because I got a good deal on it, and I think this is a kind of bit of advice for all these, and it's simple advice, but look out for the deals, guys. Just look out for the deals. Don't be buying stuff full price. The TV, apart from the stand, I got them all on offer when there was deals on around Black Friday time, around the Christmas sales. Get your good offers in, look out for the deals, never pay full price, because there's always deals going. You know, they make out like it's just going to be Black Friday, but you come to January, there's more sales on, there's always going to be a sale price, so never go out your way to pay full price. But I went for this because of availability and the price. I got a good deal on this, and I was happy with the price I paid. With a lot of these players, you know, I was looking at the reviews, and a lot of reviews for similar ones. You know, some people say don't buy Sony, some people say don't buy LG players. And I feel like sometimes you just have to kind of just go for it. Just buy it, go for it, see how it goes. Touch wood, it's been great so far. I will say there was a few, when setting it up, and I had to look on like the Reddit forums and stuff like that, I had to kind of like play around the settings for the 4K stuff. But I've got it on a setting now that works great. It looks brilliant. It's fantastic, you know, Dolby Vision, HDR. I'm really happy with that. Great player, and yeah, I'm really couldn't be more happy with that, to be honest. I think it's a cracking player for playing movies. So so far would highly recommend buying this particular player. And we've got here He-Man and Skeletor. I'm not like a massive fan of the cartoon Masters of the Universe, but I do love the 80s movie with Dolph Lundgren. One of my favourite movies. My friend, my former bandmate, Matt got me these quite a long time ago now, these bobbleheads. I love them. I used to have them behind me where I used to do the videos of the podcast, but I've kind of moved things around a bit. But yeah, I just love them, just having a little bit of representation of that movie in here. This is a remote for the 4K player as well. Small remote, not amazing, nothing special, but does the job. On top of this here, so like I said, this is a movie room and video gaming setup here. So I got this here, the PS Classic. I've got two of these, and I bought these at a really cheap price on Amazon years ago. So these come out, the SNES Classic, the Super Nintendo Classic was obviously highly rated, everyone loved it, and then Sony tried to do their thing and bring out the PS Classic, which didn't have the best bunch of games on the original system, and it kind of, fans didn't like it, and then they could hardly sell them. And I think they originally were about £100. I got this and another one for 20 quid on Amazon. I can't remember whether it was like kind of like used or like a resale, but it was mint condition. There was a bit of damage to the box at the time, but I wasn't bothered. You get two controls with it. I've managed to put more games on it as well because I'm a big, I grew up with this console, the PlayStation, loved it growing up, and it's so cool that I can have it connected to this TV. It's HDMI. It is fantastic. It's so small, it looks cool, and the fact that I can put all my favourite games on, some like old school wrestling games, games like Hogs of War, some of them games, I absolutely love it. It's all on there, so I'm really happy with that. So that's the first shelf here. We move now to this one here. Again, another video gaming setup here, and like I said, all the cables are going through the back really nicely here. This here, we got the Nintendo Switch, another console I absolutely love. I think this is amazing. I know the Switch 2 has recently been announced. I think I will be picking up the Switch 2 at some point, but this one is still great now. And I recently invested in one of these as well, the Pro controllers. These have been highly recommended to me. A few gaming channels have seen these mentioned, and a few Reddit boards. And I just wanted, because I wasn't fussed on the Joy-Cons, I'd obviously had the Switch for years, and I kind of thought recently, let's go for this, and I got the controller. It's a game changer. It really does change the experience of playing video games for me, and I love it. But the Switch has been a great console, just for like the remakes of classic games from this, is like a game from the GameCube era, Harvest Moon originally, remake. You know, for remakes, original games, Super Mario Odyssey. I mean, there's tons of games on that Switch I absolutely love. I think it's a great console. And the 360 for years was one of my favourite consoles, but the Switch is definitely up there now. I've got this as well, little Super Mario egg cup, which I keep some like plectrums and stuff like that in. I've had that for years. I bought that at a car boot when I was a kid. Let's go to the bottom shelf now. So bottom shelf, like I said, there's no connections at the back. So at the moment, these are not set up. I've got an Xbox 360, which I've had about 15 years now. Still works. The disc tray is a bit, you know, sometimes it's a bit on and off, but it still opens. On top of that, we've got a Super Nintendo. To be honest here, I'm not too bothered about setting up the SNES. I don't know, just for realistically, I might set it up at one point. I just think realistically though, connections-wise, it's probably just going to be easier getting like a SNES Classic or something. But I do like these on display. I think they look really cool, these sort of consoles. But it's always an option. I can always set it up. But I do want to set up the 360 at some point. And we will get to improvements in a moment that I want to make eventually. And that will come into the 360. But a cracking console. A couple of Blu-rays and 4Ks down here. And this one here is a synthesizer. I do like to play the synthesizer. I like to slap at the bass too. But I do, I say a former musician, but I think you're always a musician, aren't you? I played in bands in, you know, teenage years and throughout my 20s. I played synthesizer, you know, played guitar as well. I've got guitar in here. And sung as well in a few bands. Got some drumsticks at the back as well. But yeah, synthesizers, I was liking the production. Did a lot of production stuff. And this is the Micro Korg. This is a fantastic synthesizer. I had this, again, probably since I was about 16, 17 years old. So I've had this over 20. Well, what is it now? Like, yeah, getting on for like 20 years now. It's ridiculous how quick time goes. But beautiful synthesizer. And it's one I had in a bag for years. And I thought with this, it was the perfect size. Whether it will stay here, I don't know. But I like the look of it for now. I think it's just nice to have on display. I think it's really cool. So that's the stand and what's on it. Let's go to improvements next. Okay, so improvements I would like to make. First of all, we've got here cable management. This really frustrates me, if I'm being honest. The cables here, for years I've really had bad cable management, and now, I don't know, something recently kind of just wants me to, I just want to get the cable management better in this room. And same with my PC setup, because I work from home as well. I've got a lot of cables going on. I want to improve it. But this one for now, I mean, I got this from Amazon, this adapter. Great adapter. You can charge your phone in it. It's surge protected. It's not a super long wire. So this was a thing, you know, buying the right size wire. But I would like to, I was thinking of getting some sort of like, you know, plastic tubing down here. But I'm thinking if we can just tidy it up, I'd love it if this wasn't like this. There was some sort of, way to hide this, but just make it a logical way to hide it so you can still use it on a regular basis. So I'm really looking for any feedback on this. If anyone's got any ideas for better cable management, what would be the ideas? Would it be getting some trunking down the side? Ideally, I don't want to put anything on the furniture. I can drill into the walls if need be, but I don't really want to do too, I want to keep it simple. So a simple solution would be great, but you know, drilling into the wall is an option. So that's cable management overall as well. With things like this bugs me a bit. Can we do something here? Can we get some white tube in here to make that a bit tidier? And the same with this side again. That really is, it just looks messy. I'm a bit OCD and that really frustrates me. So that's one thing I want to improve. Second thing, improvements wise, it's something I'm debating, but I'm not too sure whether it's something that I will do yet, but it's a sound bar. Now the sound quality is great. I don't think it's disappointing on this TV, Dolby Atmos, it sounds great. But I do feel like I want to get like the cinema sound experience as well a bit more, and I'm debating whether to get a soundbar. I was wondering what everyone's thoughts are on this. You know, is it worth investing in a soundbar? If I do go into a soundbar, getting one, I don't really want to go too crazy. So I maybe just like a budget-friendly one, but something that sounds decent. I know it's a lot to ask for with equipment, but I don't want to be going too crazy on what I'm spending. But yeah, let me know. You know, is there an option? Would you recommend something? I mean, ideally, I would like something that's relatively small, that's not kind of just taking up the whole unit. Just something in like a really good loud soundbar, because it's only a small room, so it doesn't need to be super big. But just something decent where you're going to notice the quality change in audio. So it's something I'm thinking about. And the other one really is arrangement. So, like I said, with this, a lot of it is I'm open to change with things. Like I said, this is an improvement. What I would like to see, first of all, it's a bit frustrating with this stand that they've not put these type of holes for your cables in the bottom bits, because it's going to be a case of me either doing a DIY job, cutting some holes in the back, or putting some holes in underneath the shelves. And it's frustrating because you don't really want to be doing that to a brand new piece of furniture. But if need be, I will do it. But I don't know, what solutions, better arrangements, what would you do? Would you put maybe the Xbox 360 up here with the Switch? I could put the shelf down maybe. I was even thinking about putting more of my DVDs, Blu-rays and 4Ks on display down here, because you can actually get about 2 layers of movies each side. So, I mean, this feels like a wasted space here. I feel like maybe if I get like a little, sort of like a little mini stand for this, I could then put stuff underneath as well. So there's a lot of improvements I'd really like to make, but it's one step at a time, isn't it? You know, with these things, getting it little, I know where I want to improve, and it's just a case of then, you know, getting to it and making those changes. But I really would like people's input on what they think would be best, what would be the recommendations. But there we go, that is the TV stand, and that is the TV and video gaming setup here. So that is the setup. I hope you enjoyed that, seeing a bit of my movie room and just sharing a bit of it, some of the tech I use. And it'd be great to, hear of what improvements you feel like you should be making to this movie room this year in 2025. What do you think of it? Do you use some of the similar gear? Let me know all your thoughts, ladies and gents. Remember to give this video a like if you do enjoy it as well, and I'm going to put in some of the Amazon affiliate links for some of the gear that I've used throughout this video as well in the bio description here on YouTube if you want to check out some of them links to see the gear as well. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, ladies and gents. Remember to spread a bit of movie cheer, and as always, I will see you next time.